Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my Minecraft live streams. Why do I have that there? That's not good. I don't like the Illager designs. But anyway, you might recognize these who's it Meduzits. You might recognize this flat world from my Minecraft Let's Play. Sometimes I would go on here and build the hills. And I do believe at one point I tried to... Just a second. I need a map. It's been a while. It's been quite a while. Why does my map have levels? Okay, I believe this is the right direction for what I want to... For the original reason I made this map, which is good because I definitely want to explain it to you. I believe during one episode of my Minecraft Let's Play on YouTube, check it out if you haven't, I built a dungeon meant to serve as an area in a Dungeons and Dragons game. It was in a town called Tenkarsten. Where is my stuff? Where is my stuff? I'm seeing nothing. I'm seeing Bubkiss. I gotta build a base or something with little mechanisms. I gotta have mechanisms, chat. I can't tell where my stuff is anymore. But anyway, I mostly use this world as a space for when I don't want to make multiple servers for everything, but I really want to build some hills. I love building Minecraft hills. Where are my things? Where are my things? Okay, I got an idea. As my husband would say, bums away! What the shit do you mean it was deconstructed? Okay. But anyway, here's the Tenkarsten sewer. Perhaps I should lead you around. I used my D&D book to generate ideas for a sewer. Nicolas was the name of the final boss. I think he was a dwarf or a gnome or something. And also, I'm pretty sure I misspelled presents here. How long ago did I make this? I don't know. Ooh, what's this? Yeah, he was gonna have mechanical cobras. You'd have to fight against mechanical cobras and stuff. Yes. As I said, a lot of this stuff was randomly determined. So I was like, oh, here's some decorum. A corpse without clothes on. Now this was unlocked. Because I didn't want to have because I know I had multiple iron doors. And I don't think I believe I have multiple iron doors and I didn't want all of them to require lock-picking checks. And they don't have stone doors in the game yet, so I use this as a proxy for when I roll a stone door. And here... quite a few potions of healing. Were these wooden doors? Did these represent wooden doors, or were they supposed to be stone doors as well? Yes, and I couldn't remember all the stuff I wanted to do with I couldn't write down all the stuff I wanted about the arrow thing without obstructing the arrow thing, so I put it on this wall. And what's this one? What's this? Ah! And this was the final room where you'd fight the guy. He'd sick his iron cobra on you. Yeah, he had this big lava pit, or maybe it powered the city. Who knows? But you didn't come here for oh, here's another dungeon build attempt. But this time I picked the stuff deliberately from the tables that I was given. What was this place supposed to be? I don't know. I think it had something to do with the dragon. But this is one of the hills I've built. And here are some more. A little Vex! I remember I summoned a little Vex just for fun. No, wait, this is an alley. But anyway, you didn't come here to see my totally sick dungeons. You came here to see me build hills autistically. So here's how I'd start with my hills. You start with some grass. Put in a bunch of grass blocks. Connect the dirt blocks in a way that almost looks like a natural circle. Or at least a roundish shape. I found a tutorial online because I was like, I have a flat world, but I want to build hills that look natural. What should I do? And I found the tutorial and I basically adjusted to suit my needs. Then you fill in the innermost layer, the second layer of the thing. And here's an important caveat. No sharp corners. No sharp bends no sharp bends when you put in the rocks. The gaps are especially important, and if we encounter one, we'll get to them later. Also, can you all hear me okay? The fact that I have to stream this on a tablet means that my hand sometimes gets in the way of the microphone. Oh, and I'll probably want to set this to clear weather so that the grass doesn't grow over too much with dirt. If you accidentally put down 2 blocks on top of each other, you'll make that whole little section 2 blocks tall. It adds variety. The next block is stone. You make a little layer of stone. It's like a jawbreaker in here. And see here, it's a gap. When you got a gap, you'll fill it in with a special block that differs depending on what type of block layers it's sandwiched between. Since it's sandwiched between stone and dirt, we'll put coarse dirt. Now, if the gap was more than 1 block big, we'd just fill that up with regular dirt or something. And then we go into the other doohickeys. we grab each of the 4 main block types and sort them based on how closely they resemble stone. So for me, it goes andesite, gravel, diorite, granite. And then we make the next layers in those orders. And see, look, here's a gap because we can't have a sharp corner. Why do the allays follow me like that? Do they just like doing that? I don't know anything about allays. I just summoned one day because I was wondering what all the eggs did. Now here comes one of my favorite parts. See? It's between 2 types of stone. So we fill that with an ore. Since it's the first layer in which we can use an ore, we use coal ore. And then we go to gravel. Then we go to gravel. Then we go to gravel. I wonder who it's from. Gravel is annoying. I end up getting more gravel than I know what to do with when I'm on survival. And we made a mistake there, but we keep it because it adds variety. Oh, whoopsie doodle, I'm not supposed to fill in that gap. Not with coal, at least. You see, because we already used coal, we switched to iron. For ores, I generally go in the order of how common I estimate that they are. Since they added copper, it'll go coal, iron, copper, gold, redstone, lapis, diamond, and then emerald. I like it when we get to diamonds. Oh yeah, I gotta fill in the gap for the gravel. Now, if there's ever a situation where you can't fill any blocks with ores, because there aren't any blocks there that are just 1 block big, you don't move on to the next ore when you go to the layers. You keep going the layers on that section of the hill until you can naturally put in that ore, the ore that you're on. I hope this makes sense, but it probably doesn't. It makes sense to me, like when I used to make Punnett squares for Pokemon fusions. I loved doing that. It was so fun. Alright, I managed to put in copper, so now we go to gold. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. Also, since I'm streaming this on mobile, I can't look at chat, so I'm very sorry. Sometimes I try to look at I've tried lately to look at the VOD and see if anyone says anything, but even when my Twitch stream stats tell me that I got chatters, I don't see any messages when I look at the VOD. Now see, because I initially placed 2 granite blocks on top of each other by accident, I took that whole strip and put 2 blocks of granite on top of each other on purpose. And now because we've gone back to granite, we did all 5 of the block types, the stone types I mean, we go back to stone. And there's another gap. Redstone time, because we were able to successfully use gold. Now you might say, Bruce, doesn't this look a little odd? I mean, it's very improbable that you have copper and gold and redstone ore all within the same 3x3 grid. But this is how I've been doing it, and I like that that's how I do it. Now see, we gotta make the outline look natural. Like a naturally round shape. We can't fill in this part because then because the outline would overlap itself. Now you see this gap here? It's 1 block big, but this one is 2 blocks big. Since this one is bigger than 2, we fill it in with the previous type of stone. But since these ones are both 1 block big, we can fill them with lapis. And now this is where it tends to get a little boring when you get in the middle. The best, whoopsie doodle, can't do that. I'll keep it. It was a mistake and mistakes have variety. But see, if I hadn't made that mistake, the best thing we'd be able to make is this little 6 block circle. And that's pretty boring. But since we have so many since we are able to get this far and use lapis, and we have a 1 block big space here, we can fill that with diamond. And then we fill this with the previous block, which is andesite. And then we move on from gravel to diorite, and we fill in that hole. Now we take care of this part. Again, we don't want any sharp corners. So since the dirt turned into grass, we're getting rid of this block. And if there's still dirt there, well, that'll just help us out later because it can help determine where to put bone meal. Now, we can't have any 1 block big curves on the outside sticking out like this. So I just get rid of that. And to be merciful, I'll use bone meal. No, wait. I have a better idea. Sometimes I have to decide between putting in bone meal and putting down a tree. And I'm going to put down a tree instead because it was only 1 block big. I can't exactly remember how I used to handle the trees in bone meal. But that's how I think I'm going to handle it for this stream. But anyway, back to outlining. Once again, another block that, if I followed the outline exactly, would have an unnatural jut out. So I'll put that there. Replace it with a grass block, and then put a tree there. Now this is interesting. I can't have a straight corner, but this is coarse dirt, so it's never going to turn into regular grass. Instead, I think I know what I'll do. I will place bone meal here twice. No, wait. I could put a pumpkin there. I don't really know how to handle pumpkins. But this will be fun. There we go. Now, when we move on to the next section, in this case the dirt, we account for these little blocks that were stacked in 2. It adds variety. This allay is adorable, but they keep getting in my way and it's bothering me. It's like having a little gnat flying around your screen. Except it's much bigger, and it's very cute. I gave them Vex eggs because I wanted to see what would happen, if I recall correctly. And now, since this is between a grass block and a dirt block, let me just... Haha! We'll put a grass block there, but place bone meal on... But apply bone meal to it once. And here I accidentally stacked 1 dirt block on top of another, so I'm going to put on another... So I'm going to make that whole thing 2 dirt blocks in a stack. I've already established this, but I'm not sure... But I worried some of you might not know what exactly I'm talking about. You might be like, could you explain that more, please? And I'm trying to be helpful. But okay, here we go. Back to the dirt. I'm going to put in coarse dirt. Hopefully I don't have to replace all my coarse dirt eventually with pumpkins. I can't remember how well coarse dirt turned out. Now, see, here I made a mistake. Now, if this were grass, I'd end up adding another grass block next to it so that the curve looks more natural. But it's on the inside, so it doesn't matter as much. And I fill that gap with coarse dirt. Now this granite's going to play a part in how our curves go. You'll see that soon, I hope. Hey, look, some grass is already growing in on this. And then we move on to andesite. Hey, there's our trader friend. Hello. But anyway, yeah, andesite. Now, for now, we treat this granite coming past as something that we don't exactly go around this way. We go around it the short way. But when we get to gravel, we're going to go around it the long way. Whew, I'm hungry. Might have to get something to eat soon after this. Of course, that'd mean the stream would end early, though. And on this layer, we start back over from coal. Fill it in with coal again. I wonder who it's from. Oh, wait. We'd need to use iron here because this is the gravel section. But then again, my wife would probably want me to embrace that mistake. As I've said before, it does add variety. I meant husband. Sorry. They're gender fluid, and sometimes my brain gets a little muddled. Okay, I accidentally put gravel there, so again, I make this gravel a big long one. Now I switch to diorite. And, nope, wait, not gold, copper. Man, the copper update threw off this process a bit. Now here this gap is 2 blocks and not 1, so we fill that with gravel. Because it makes more sense for the ore to be rarer in comparison. In comparison to the gravel, I mean. I probably should have clarified that. I mean, maybe you could infer it, but you probably could. But I just want to be clear in case anyone here didn't, I guess. Whoopsie doodle. Now, because we wouldn't want the outline to overlap itself, we cut off this part. Oh, wait, I remember now. Let me just fix this mistake. You wouldn't fill that part with the previous block. I'd fill it with stone. Just regular old stone. Because, stone's got to be the most common, right? That makes sense, right? Anyway, we go back to andesite. We already put in some gold, so now redstone. And then regular stone. I think if there's a gap that's bigger than 1, but it's in between stone and one of the other types of stone, not between stone and dirt, I think you just fill that gap with dirt. Because the dirt shouldn't go away entirely, you know what I mean? Just because you're a little under the ground. I'll have to remove some of these trees. Maybe the ones that don't grow naturally by the time they're done. Now see, we're allowed to smoothen out the dirt, smoothen out the curve, because the hills don't, the slope of the hill isn't always a 45-degree angle. Now, let's see. I think this one's regular dirt. So we'll replace that and put 1 bone meal there. And for this, we put 2 because it was coarse dirt. So it's so it gets more unique treatment. The problem is sometimes when you take too long, all of your dirt grows into grass. So you have a hill that's a little skinny looking. And no sharp corners, so we fix that and place 1 piece of grass there. But now since this dirt hasn't grown in, we count it as part of our dirt loop. Like I said, adds variety. Maybe after this, I'll show you the inside of that dungeon over there. Really wanted to use blackstone for that. And see here, this grass is inside the hill. And we can't have that, so we replace it with stone so that stuff doesn't grow back in there. Now this here will constitute a gap in the stone. What do I do if the gap is bigger than 2? I'll put in some granite. My husband would want a nice pink rock there. And see, look, one of our trees is growing in already. Oh, wait, shoot. I accidentally been using this gravel instead of stone. You know what? That's fine. Let me grab the coarse dirt. Ba 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 ba. Fill this with coarse dirt. I accidentally said court dirt. You go to the store and you're like, "Can I get a quart of dirt, please?" Real knee slapper. That was the sound of me slapping my knee. And here, so all of our grass doesn't go away, I'm going to set this back to clear. And now we break out the coal. My favorite part is doing the ores, watching the ores progress from common to rare. Now, since there's no way we can go around this granite the short way, we go around it the long way, making sure to mind any gaps that would give us sharp corners or overlapping. And we fill that up with dirt. This little alley needs a name. Maybe you all could provide one in chat, and I can choose it after the stream. Now we go for what would allow the biggest possible ring. So we go here. Unfortunately, that does not give us a lot to work with, so we fill this up with stone. You want some stone, little buddy? Oh, I can't give them the stone. Am I too far away, or is it just that they've got an egg already? You want stone, little buddy? Oh, I remember. I had trouble with this before, too. I was like, I want to give you something else. But they just wouldn't accept it. Maybe you can only give them one thing? But then why would the option show up to give them something else? Odd. Anyway, we're done with this layer of the hill. So we go back to this one. Maybe I should only give trees to the coarse dirt. Whoopsie doodle. Didn't mean to drop all those saplings. Whoops. And I broke some of the block. So there we go. 2 bits of bone meal. And then we put a tree here, and 1 bit of bone meal because it's by a tree. 2 bits of bone meal here. 2 bits of bone meal here. You know, my husband loves all the little, well, maybe not all of them, but my husband likes the little ferns of the thing. Ferns in the ground. They don't like it when I have to destroy them. So in one of my worlds where I'm trying to recreate a strange dream I had about Minecraft, if I have to remove a piece of grass, I've been trying to use the shears to get rid of it. Now see, we put 2 blocks here to make that curve more natural. Whoopsie doodle. And I believe I said that if there's a 1 block gap between the grass and the dirt, whoops, oh, well, this is a block between grass and grass, so I'll just put a tree there. That's what I would have done anyway, if I'd done with the dirt. Okay, sharp corner, so... Okay, fine, I'll put 2 bone meals. And then I keep going. Maybe I'll remove excess trees, because I think I'm putting too many trees on this thing. Alright, now we go to the stone. Where's that coarse dirt? I want lasagna. Really badly. Now, what's frustrating is sometimes these parts get really narrow, which means that when you're adding the next layer, as you can see here with the andesite, there's not a lot of space. And then there's a big amount of space over here. So I'll fill this in with the coal ore, and then I'll fill this in with the dirt. But that also causes a problem because grass is probably grow on it. Grass is probably gonna grow on it. Now see, parts like these little Tetris-shaped pieces are weird because you can't make an outline in them at all. So I just like trace a line through them. Ba 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 ba. Putting in the weather. The weather will be clear. Now put in a tree there. He'll probably go away later, unfortunately. Look. And this is 2 blocks big, so I'm going to replace that with dirt, but not remove anything. Oh man, I accidentally destroyed a grass block that I didn't want to. But you know what? Roses. There. My husband would probably love to have those roses in there. I hope I picked the correct grass block. I can't remember which one I had to replace with dirt. And now we move on to the dirt in here. La 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 la. Sometimes you can fit in little sections in places you didn't mean to. Like, look at the long neck on this section. I made a mistake, but I'm gonna keep it. For variety! Woohoo! And also a structure probably would generate like this, actually, yeah. The end is where it gets hard, because you're trying to squeeze in more and more stuff. But then you can't have a part that juts out with the one block wide thing, so I just end up making a circle. And then I fill that in with dirt, and put this dirt on top of it. So you got like this 6x6 square. This 2x3 square. And that is by its definition not a circle. And you know what? I think I'll add more roses. Okay, I'll keep that mistake. It's a heart! And you know what? I'm going to decorate this heart with roses. Does it make sense for that many roses, for it to have 3 rose plants in a heart-shaped formation like that? Not necessarily, but I don't mind. And I do not care. Alright, let's see. And now to get rid of some of the excess trees. Let me see. These trees are covered by by the leaves of this tree, so I'll remove those. And are there any other trees on this layer? That one. Okay, and I feel like I'll grow this tree out. My husband would love it. And then we check and see, are there any excess trees on the second layer? Any trees like that haven't grown in? No. Third layer? No, but there are some on the 4th layer. That's in too much close proximity. There we go. Any other trees? No. No more trees. And I'll put another nice rose over there. So that's how I like to build hills in Minecraft. Maybe you can give it a try too if you're watching. Hey, it makes a kind of a shield shape. Ooh, and another fun thing that isn't hill related. I like to put on an elytra when I'm playing in creative. Just so I can go glide whenever I want. For instance, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yes, 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 yes. Now come on, let's explore this new place. I think the first room I made was over here. Yeah, the ceiling of this dungeon is meant to be partially collapsed. We've got these little nooks and crannies. The D&D book I was looking at gave specific room shape suggestions. And sometimes I was like, there's too many walls here. It feels too cramped. So I'd combine room shapes. I believe that's how it happened. And here's a little closet. Nothing in there, just for flavor. And speaking of flavor, or rather lack thereof, here's a barrel containing 40 gallons of water. I like to put objects in there to represent what's going on. But, if it's gallons, fill it with water buckets. And I'll add 11 more water buckets. We can pretend each bucket represents 2 gallons. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, beep, beep. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, boop, boop. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ding, ding, ding. Okay, lingering potions of water breathing. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, beep, ba-da-ba-boop, boop, boop, boop. Now, I don't know if I got the idea for this trap from the book, or if I was just trying to be creative. But who knows? Ooh, the door's open here. as an unintended consequence. So yeah, I tried to pick the best representations I could in the game. So you've got flower pots instead of copper chalices. Oh, 25 GP must be the price of the chalices, not the filigree. And since you can't exactly put gold in here, I put in a dandelion. Hey, little buddy, how are you doing? Okay, see you, little buddy. Ooh, a black velvet mask with silver stitching. Actually sounds super cool. Now, my question is, did I put this in before or after? Nope, wait. Yeah, this was definitely after netherite helmets were added, because you see, there's that notch that the leather cap doesn't have. You want to know what bothers me? I don't know if this has changed in an update or something, but whenever I tried to dye leather caps, it got the color wrong. I mean, it got it right, but there was this little strip going down the top, and it didn't change the color of that, and it bothers me. Okay, many objects covered in ash. I think I was going for the implication that this was like there was like a dragon lurking in here. Why can't I open this? Is there something in there? Oh, I see. A potion of invisibility. It's pretty boring if you can't open that, though. So let me just, carpet. Gray carpet. Did you know that you can put carpet on top of shulker boxes if you crouch? I only learned that yesterday. Okay, yeah, this is a sofa. And the 3 statuettes on a pedestal. Ooh, smart. I tried to make them look a little bit scattered, because whenever you go to a village in Minecraft and you open up a chest, they're not exactly put in all organized. They're not in like, okay, slot 1 is this, slot 2 is that, and so on and so on. It's like 5 of these slots are empty, and then the next one has a thing. It's like they're put in haphazardly. Let's check out this room. Oh, that was the room we were just in. Might be. Gonna close those just so it's all nice and neat. And then we go in here. And what's this? The center of the room is comprised of horizontal cylinders with spikes on the bottom halves. When one of the cylinders is stepped on, all of them turn to reveal the spikes. Okay, so it's like they're laying horizontally. Acrobatics to not touch the cylinders. 13, you gotta roll 13 or higher, I believe. Spike damage, 1d10. Locked door, sleight of hand to unlock 13. 13 to unlock this one. Now, let's see what's in here. Anything? When someone looks at the painting, the stone hands come out. I see. It's a trick! It's a trick! Characters will think to look at it, and then stuff happens. Okay, enchanted suits of armor and a broken bed. Cool, so you're fighting constructs. That doesn't rub me the right way. So you know what? These will just be regular. And hey, boots. 3 sets of iron armor, I guess. Did we skip a room? I feel as if... No, we'll come back to these ones eventually. And here is the dungeon. A ruined low table. I feel as if I wanted to build more in there. But I didn't want to build all those roofs and stuff. But if I didn't build the roof, I'd get confused. Because, like, you can still tell, even without roofs, this is all, like, part of one floor. But if I didn't build roofs for the bottom, then you know. But I just didn't want to make all those roofs for however many rooms I put under there. Okay, nothing in that room. I stole this person's pants. Rude. And now I have a full set of armor, technically. Now what's in here? Nothing. Never mind. Okay, a hole in the floor. Doesn't really lead anywhere, but I guess you'd take some fall damage, maybe? A couple more holes in the floor. This takes us back to the treasure room. Locked stone door. Okay, so this is different from the other stone door. Guess I was thinking of terms of color and aesthetic. And this door leads in here. So anyway, that was that was a little hill building guide. Oop, this is a different hill, but hello, my friend. Oh, I wanted to wave at them. But anyway, that's how I build my hills in Minecraft, and that's a little look at my D&D dungeons that I made and never really used. There wasn't even anything really to find in that dungeon. No final boss. Maybe it was just a place you could get some cool treasure. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this stream, and I will see you later. Bye!